I'm Igor, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the podcast for anyone who wants to build a wildly profitable email list working from home. If you'd like to make six figures, travel the world, and help people improve their lives in the process, this podcast is for you. I also invite you to claim a free copy of my best-selling book, The List Building Lifestyle: Confessions of an Email Millionaire, at igorsbook.com. Get the free book plus $3,000 bonus package that includes my best capture page templates, email swipe files, and traffic blueprints. Visit www.igorsbook.com for details. And now, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Yes, this is Igor, and in this training, I would like to walk you through my process of how I think about affiliate offers, affiliate niches, affiliate markets, and how I go about choosing affiliate products to promote. This guide will walk you through the exact thinking process that I follow, and then it will enable you to go and find the products that work for you. I also want you to remember, as we go into this, there's more than one right answer. There's more than one right market. There's more than one right offer. So it's not a black and white 0 or 1. It's not okay, if you pick product 1, then product 2, 3, and 4 are bad. No, it's actually more of a gray area, where some products will convert better to certain traffic sources while other products will convert better to other traffic sources. Or, one niche market will be converting really well, but it'll pay, $50 commissions, and then the other market will convert less. However, it will be paying $500 commissions. So there's a lot to consider here. And what I would like to do with this training is I would like to enable you to do your own thinking and to make your own decisions. So there are three main areas that I consider when it comes to offer selection, and that is the market, the niche, and the offer. So what is the difference really between the two? The market is the general wide direction of where people are spending money. And niche is more of a sub-market, or if you will, subcategory in the market. So for instance, health and wellness is a market. However, yoga is a niche. Weight loss is a market. Keto is a niche. You see where I'm going with this? Gaming is a market, but first-person shooters is a niche, and so on and so forth. The third criteria is, of course, the offer itself, which means within each niche or within each market, there could be dozens, if not hundreds, of different offers you can promote. So we'll have to think about it in hierarchy of market. Then within the market, there's the hierarchy of niche. And within the niche, there's, of course, the offer. So it's kind of like a tree. So let's start from the very top, and that's with the market. Now, when it comes to the market, there's four primary things that I consider. First thing, and that's probably the most important thing, way more important than choosing something you're passionate about, is it a money market or is it a freebie seeker market? What I mean by that is there's lots of markets out there, or in other words, lots of groups out there on the internet where you can access hundreds, if not millions of people, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. However, there's some niches in some markets there's just no money in them. And, even if you do have access to a large audience, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make money. And this is something I learned through my own experience when I was doing MLM. If you're familiar with my story, you know that I started out promoting a company called Global Domains International. It's a network marketing company, and the company sells websites and hosting. Now, websites and hosting is one of the most proven affiliate programs on the internet. Ever since the dawn of the internet, there's been lots and lots of people who made millions of dollars selling these products and services. And of course, you've probably heard of companies like Namecheap, GoDaddy, HostGator, Bluehost, and many, many others. Choosing a market that has money in it is an extremely, extremely important thing you must do, because if you choose one without, then even if you do have access to traffic, even if you're willing to spend money on ads, chances are you might not be able to make any money. And a great example of a market with money is golf. Now, golf is, in general, the kind of sport that rich people play, or at least people with money. Now, that's a market with money, a market where you can continuously sell stuff, a market that's, that brings me to my second point, and that is consumer versus fanatic market. Now, consumer market is a market that buys things out of necessity and typically isn't really passionate about what they buy. In other words, when I move into a new home and I'm missing a hanger for my clothes, I'm just gonna go and buy it on Amazon. And I'm a consumer. I don't experience any pleasure, or otherwise, I'm not passionate about furniture. But somebody who's playing golf is literally a fanatic, same as somebody who's fishing, somebody who's a car buff, somebody like my wife. She spends just insane amounts of money on skincare products, even though most of them don't tend to help, but she continues to spend in a fanatical way. So for me, I spend again insane amounts of money on gadgets, computers, games. Even though I don't play most of these games, I still end up buying lots of games. So I'm a fanatic in that market, in the gaming market, and that makes me a great prospect, a great person to put on someone's list, and a great consumer, if you will, for that particular niche category. So when you're choosing a market, besides making sure that it's a money market, you also want to make sure that it's a market full of fanatics, because the fanatics are the people that you want on your list. The fanatics are the people that you want to be getting in front of all the time, because they're the ones who are going to allow you to be profitable in this business. Now, the third thing that I look for is, it sort of ties into the previous thing, but I still felt the need to emphasize it. And that is, are these practical purchases or are these emotional purchases? For instance, when reselling baby products, most of, well, maybe not most, but some of the stuff is a practical purchase. Why? Because if I'm buying a baby stroller, I want my stroller to be durable. And if I have twins, I need the stroller to fit 2 kids and not 1. So it's going to be mostly practical consideration for me, right? I'm also going to be looking at price, and I'm going to be comparing this, this stroller to that stroller and what the price for value is and so on. However, if I am, again, let's say golfing, for example, if I'm buying a new golf club, it's not a practical decision. It's usually an emotional decision, and maybe it's a golf club that is supposed to, slightly improve my shot. It's an emotional purchase, and that's the kind of market you want to have. A market full of emotional purchases, emotional decisions. Now, last but not least, I also look for evergreen market, which means I don't want to build something that's not going to last until tomorrow or next month or next year. So in other words, if someone's trying to enter an emerging market, I oftentimes don't tend to jump into it real fast. Like for example, when crypto came out, I did not jump into crypto. I actually sat on the sidelines. I waited and I waited until to see if it's a fad or not. But several years ago, even when crypto was still highly undervalued, you've already had affiliate programs that that promoted both crypto opportunities as well as crypto investment firms and things like that paid you based on a deposit commission. So I could have easily promoted those and could have made a ton of money. But I am the kind of guy that wants to build for the long term, so I did not jump into it at the time. So I'm always looking for markets that are evergreen, markets that don't disappear, right? Markets that have been here for 20 years and will be for the next 20 years. And that's why anytime you're doing any kind of niche research, or anytime you're asking people for advice what sort of niche you should select, you've probably gotten this advice when they said, it's all about health, wealth, and relationships, because these are the broad general markets that don't tend to disappear, because people are always obsessed with that. Now, there's more markets than just those, but that tends to be the answer that you're given, because these are the safe markets that just exist all the time. Now, the second thing I would like to review anytime I'm looking into an offer is, of course, the niche. Now, as I said, market is the top, right? Market is the top of the tree. And within each market, there could be lots of different niches. So let's take fitness, for example. Fitness is a market. And within that market, we've got muscle building or muscle gain, right? So anyone who's a fanatic about building muscle. We've got stretching, yoga, and stuff like that, flexibility training, right? There could be nutrition is a part of the fitness market. Actually, a lot of people kind of break it out into its own market, but nutrition for me is a big part of the fitness market, because that's where, whenever you get any sort of fitness product, nutrition is a big deal, is a big part of it. So just an example of how niches work, right, of what a niche is. And when I look at a niche, I look at several criteria, usually 4 criteria, and the first one being traffic availability, which means if I step into this niche market, will I or will I not be able to access large quantities of people who may be interested in buying what I have? And if I cannot access a large group of people, can I access a really targeted group of people? Because if I don't have the ability to get in front of my people, in front of the prospects, or in front of the market that I need to get in front of, then I will not be able to make money, right? Because besides the offer, we also need to actually promote something. And if we can't get in front of people, again, common sense, then we of course won't be able to make any money. The next thing I look at is the offer selection. So within each niche, we've got lots of different offers, right? We're supposed to have lots of different offers, because if I've got a niche where there's like only 2 or 3 offers available for promoting, period, then it's an issue. Because as soon as one of them stops promoting, all of a sudden my chances of making money become even lower. Plus, the fact that there's only 1 or 2 or 3 offers in the entire niche usually tells you that the niche is not profitable. But if the niche is very competitive, there's lots and lots and lots of offers I can choose from to promote, then this is actually a good sign. I know that a lot of people try to steer away from competition. They sort of look at a niche and they're like, oh, there's so many people promoting stuff, it's probably saturated. But usually the reason there's so many people and companies and different competitors, I guess, going at it is because there's lots of money to be made in a niche. And as a result, if you find your place in that niche, you will be able to just take your chunk. Now, it doesn't mean that you will be able to dominate the niche altogether, but when it comes to online niches, somehow, and I don't know the physics or whatever the market mechanics behind it, somehow, even if there's like a million offers in that market, you always end up making money, because it just testifies to the passion of the consumer. And it's a crazy notion, and I wouldn't believe it myself unless I'm actually seeing it every day in my business, but that's how it works. So whenever you're choosing a market, I recommend you choose one that has hundreds or even thousands of offers in it, because that just means that there's plenty of money to be made in that market. Now, the third thing I look at is I study commissions that I can get paid for the offers that I promote, because there's some markets that no matter what you promote, you will always end up making very low money. For instance, boxing or fighting or any kind of martial arts is always a great market. But what I haven't seen is anyone become a millionaire promoting, say, gloves or pads or mats as an affiliate, because those don't tend to pay a lot of money. But in the same market, you can also find products that either have a recurring a commission to them, or a high ticket commission, or even a one-time mid-ticket commission. For instance, if you're promoting martial arts stuff, then promoting a self-defense training program for $500 or for $90 or for $200 can pay you much larger commission than promoting a heavy bag or some sort of training equipment on Amazon that will only pay you 1 or 2% commission. So you have to just sit down and just look into all the different stuff that's being sold in the market, and then sign up for the affiliate programs and find out what are these affiliate programs paying. Because a lot of times what seems like a great market with lots of high ticket offers or lots of mid ticket offers doesn't necessarily mean that this niche market is profitable, simply because the commissions on those will be very, very low. Now, finally, what I look for is it a product-based niche or is it a culture-based niche? So if you've ever had an argument with somebody about something trivial like food, or weight loss, and that argument became almost uncomfortable and very hostile, then you know you found something that you'd consider a culture. Because if somebody subscribes to a belief, like say keto, right, for weight loss, the belief is only eat healthy fats, put your body in ketosis, and that's how you lose weight. Nothing else works. That's like a culture, a tribal thing, and that person will probably be paying attention to anything keto or anything related, right, to the idea of healthy fats. Now, the same thing is true for other subcultures of the weight loss market, like say somebody who's doing keto and somebody who's doing intermittent fasting. You can put these two people in a room and then have them argue, and you'll see that both are almost or almost fighting for their life when they're arguing about what's right and what's wrong. So these are cultures, and cultures are great for marketers. Cultures are great for making money, because that means you can build long term, and it means that whatever people are really truly passionate about, something they consider to be a culture, this is where people will be spending money too. Finally, the third thing I look into is, of course, the offer. So once I've selected the market and I've selected the niche inside the market, I will now start examining the offers within that particular niche. And whenever I look at an offer to promote, first off, I ask myself, is it a no-brainer? Like if I look at the offer and I look at everything I'm getting, unrelated to the price, is it a no-brainer? Like the components of the offer that I'm getting, is it a no-brainer? Like if I'm promoting a weight loss product, and the weight loss product is all about losing 7 pounds in 7 days without giving up sweets and sugar, right? It's a no-brainer. There's an offer running on ClickBank right now. It's called Keto Breads and Keto Desserts. So it's basically an offer that's showing how to eat bread and lose weight. And we all know that people love bread. Bread is a passionate, it's a passion-driven food. So when you tell people you have to lose weight, they immediately think, oh, I have to give up sugar, I have to give up bread, I have to give up sandwiches, I have to give up, sodas. And, this product comes out and said, hey, you can still lose weight if you eat keto bread. So here's a bunch of recipes for keto bread, and it's only going to cost you, like, I don't know what it goes for, like $40 or $20. So, I mean, is the sacrifice of giving up that money in exchange for ability to eat bread and lose weight worth it? I think, yeah. So it's just an example of what a no-brainer is. Now, oftentimes people misjudge this. They think, no, nobody's going to pay, $500 for a course on productivity or personal development. Well, people will, because they're not really buying a course, they're buying an outcome. So, if somebody is selling a program on how to get your ex back, and the program goes for $500, is it worth for them to give it a shot? Is it worth for them, bringing their ex back in exchange for $500? Yeah, I think so. Again, you can only understand whether something is a no-brainer or not if you are a part of that market, if you're a part of that culture. So if you're trying to judge a market from a perspective that's not the market itself, right? If you're not, for example, a passionate gamer, and you can't understand why people would spend $300 or $100 on a game, and then you're trying to judge whether something is a no-brainer or not, then you're going to have a hard time finding a good product, because you simply don't understand the market. Which is why I guess a lot of people say, hey, go and sell something you're passionate about, because at the very least you're understanding what the hell you're selling, and you understand the market too. And I think that's another reason why the make money online market has been so good to me over the years, because I am the market, right? I am a BizUp junkie. I am somebody who's constantly looking to make more money. I am somebody who wants to be making passive income, at least more of it than I do today. I am somebody who wants leverage. I am the guy who wants to live the 4-hour work week. I am all of that. So I know and understand my market, and I know what a no-brainer is when I see one. The second thing I look for is I check, is it a one-time or a recurring commission? And of course, you might say, well, recurring commission is better because it pays you every month. But my view on it from a perspective of the market may change from market to market. The third thing I look for is, am I getting paid on one product, like the front end product, or is it a funnel wide commission? And this is something I always ask no matter what. And I always demand to get paid on a funnel wide, at least with the programs where I know the owner. I would actually reach out to them and I would ask to get funnel wide commissions. And finally, market awareness. Now, market awareness is a criteria that helps me identify how I'm going to drive traffic and what sort of ad copy I need to create to get people's attention. Because somebody who's a hardcore fitness fanatic will not respond to the same offers that somebody who's just getting into the fitness market and is trying out all kinds of stuff. So I need to understand whether I need to be getting in front of people who've been doing something for a few years or people who are just getting started in that particular direction. So, the difference between, say, a hobbyist fisherman who doesn't have any experience, who's probably looking for the edge, who's probably looking for guides and systems, versus a hardcore fisherman who's probably not looking for a guide, who's probably got his own system at this point, but who is looking for very specific problem solved with his equipment, or looking for a secret spots that only an exclusive group of fishermen go to once a year. Maybe he's looking for a trip to Alaska where you can fish together with some kind of fishing champion. So there could be many different ways to structure the offer, but market awareness definitely helps me understand where am I going to advertise and how I'm going to advertise. There you go. These are the 3 criteria that I'll look at in selecting an affiliate offer. Remember what I told you in the beginning. There's gray areas here, and there could be way more than one right answer within the same market or within the same niche. So don't try to treat this as a binary thing, 0 or 1, right or wrong, black or white. Instead, accept it as a guideline and be open to different directions. The number one struggle, the number one issue, the number one challenge people have got is they need a starting point. And unless they're given a starting point, they're never able to make any decisions. Now, the other issue you're going to run into is that you're going to run into the paradox of choice. You're going to see all these different niches, and you're going to think to yourself, wow, how do I choose one? Well, yeah, that's actually a challenge, and it's something that should be voiced, something that should be said. It is a problem. This is the biggest issue on the internet, period. It's us having so many choices, so many opportunities, and so many possibilities that we end up not being able to make up our minds. So unfortunately, though, I can't make this decision for you. I can give you some suggestions, I can give you some directions, but I cannot make that decision for you. So this is something you'll definitely need to look into yourself. And even if all you do is just run a couple of Google searches or check out ClickBank and see which offers exist in every category, still that's better than trying to make your decision without knowing the criteria I shared with you so far. There's a niche for everything, and there's a way to get traffic for everything as well. So whenever you're picking your niche and your market, yes, traffic is definitely a consideration, but also know that whatever the niche market, there's definitely traffic that could be gotten to it from somewhere on the internet, because if there's a market, then means there's a place online where people go and talk about this stuff or review this stuff or check this stuff out. So basically, you need to invest a bit of time and look into all these stuff, even if all you do is just run a few Google searches for affiliate programs in those niches.
Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Get access to the previous episodes, transcript of today's show, as well as other exclusive content at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. Also remember to claim your free copy of my best-selling book at www.igorsbook.com. It explains how I made millions with list building starting from scratch. Plus, I'll give you $3,000 worth of free bonuses, including my best landing page templates, email swipe files, and traffic blueprints. Go to www.igorsbook.com now to claim your free package.